Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Check. 180. King. 61. Match.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Real. Pilot, 64, weak. Jim. Run.
Mayfield now. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Under 10. 10.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 3rd and 2. They're going to elect to throw with Allen. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Now Landry. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And his throw here is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Johnson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
To return is Taylor.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
20, 58, come on. I got you, son.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 31, check 31. Hey, check 20.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But, hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Watch the screen. Hatchet. Out. Alert.
Here's Allen to throw it. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He's going to go deep for Beasley. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now, this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Allen now on first down. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Get out the field, defense.
To throw again, Allen. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Now Allen throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Open man here is Foster. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Allen to throw once more. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Around 80. Roger. This is
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So after the INT, it's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play.
The ball comes out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, hold. Topper!
Here's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Allen. It's caught by Aguilar. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he finds Tyler Croft. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
56, 56.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To Johnson again. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Alert, 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 alert.
Throwing, Mayfield. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he slings one that's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
25, check 25, check 25. Slam.
And again, it's Chubb. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. 4th down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mayfield now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And Oliver able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To throw is Allen. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
It wasn't third and long. It was more like third and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted a break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. That one complete to Yeldon. And he's got this down to the 35. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Yeldon. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
6-3, 218, jump.
He'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.